Hey guys, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor and I share these What's for Dinner videos every Sunday to hopefully motivate you to cook more for your family and to give you some ideas of some things to cook. If you like these kinds of videos, I hope that you will subscribe down below. Any recipes that I mention are going to be linked in the description box. Now let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. It is Friday night and Fridays are grocery shopping days, so dinner tonight is going to be super easy. I have these Johnsonville Better Cheddar sausages that I picked up on Markdown at Kroger. I got this whole pack for $1.49 when it's usually $7.49, and there's 12 in there. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to wrap them in some crescent dough. I've got 2 packages of crescent rolls. There is 8 in each pack, so I'll have a couple left over. Maybe I'll like double roll some of them or something. I'm just gonna wrap those up in that and then stick these in the oven at 350 for about 18 minutes. And that's it. Super easy. We'll have like some ketchup and mustard and stuff on the side. I'm gonna throw some tater tots in the air fryer, and then we'll have some like fruit or veggies and stuff on the side with it. But it's gonna be super simple dinner for tonight. I do want mustard. Okay, here is our dinner. We've got our, like Elijah said, they look like giant pigs in a blankets, which I guess they basically are. Our cheddar sausage pigs in a blanket. We got some tater tots that I made in the air fryer, and then we decided to just have some watermelon with it. It's not the best watermelon ever, but I think I did a decent job picking one. I followed some tips that I found in a little picture. It said to pick a round one. It said to look for a big yellow spot and lots of like the brown like veins on it, like the cracking on it. So we got a pretty good one. It's sweet. And yeah, that's going to be our dinner. We've got some ketchup and mustard on the table to dip our tots and our sausage in. But that's going to be dinner for Friday. Okay, Saturday and tonight for dinner we are doing cilantro lime chicken thighs. This recipe comes from Damn Delicious. I will have it linked down below. So I'm going to marinate my chicken thighs. I have about 2 pounds of chicken thighs here in a Ziploc bag. They are thawed out. To that, I am going to add about 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I squeezed 1 lime, and I'm not going to do the zest because I just don't feel like messing with it. And then I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of chili powder, a teaspoon of ground cumin, and then about a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm just going to mix that all up and get this in the fridge for a couple of hours. Okay, to go with the cilantro lime chicken thighs, I am making cilantro lime rice. I just make my perfect white rice in the Instant Pot, and then I add some lime and lemon juice and some cilantro and then some salt and pepper. And I will leave that down below. I have a video where I've made it, and I will also just list out the ingredients. It's super simple. So I'm making that. I've got my rice cooking, and then we're also trying a Mexican street corn for the first time. I'm making the corn in the air fryer. So I've just, you know, removed the husk and all the little hairs, and then I put some olive oil on it and some salt, and now I'm going to put it in the air fryer on 350 for a total of about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm going to flip it over halfway through, and then I'm going to work on making the stuff to go on it. I'm excited to try it. I've seen people make it before, but I've never actually tried it. Okay, I'm making the Mexican cream sauce for the corn, and for that I'm juicing 1 lime first, and then I'm gonna add this with some heavy cream. So I've got 1 cup of heavy cream I'm gonna use, and 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and then it says chipotle chili powder, 1/4 of a teaspoon, but I only have regular chili powder, so that's what I'm gonna use, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And I mix that together and then brush that on the corn when it's done cooking. I've seen people use mayonnaise for this, which is why I've never tried this before, because the idea of mayonnaise just kind of honestly grossed me out, even though I liked mayonnaise. So that's why I've never tried street corn, because I didn't realize not everybody does mayonnaise, and I should have done the heavy cream first. So we're gonna dump that back in there. So 1 cup of heavy cream, I said, and then we've got our juice of 1 lime and about 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I should have bought more sour cream, but I did not. 1. I feel like I need sour cream for another recipe, so we might have to pick up some sour cream. So sour cream, the chili powder, as I said, and some salt. And then I could not find cojita, is how you say it? Cojita cheese. And so I ended up buying this queso fresco from Aldi. Here, I'll show you. Queso fresco. It said you could use that or feta if you couldn't find cojita. So I'm going to use that, and I'll brush this cream sauce on the corn and then sprinkle on the cheese. I'm gonna crumble it up, some more of the chili powder, salt, more lime juice, and some parsley. I don't have fresh parsley because Aldi doesn't carry fresh parsley, so we'll just use some dried parsley. And I'm really hoping this turns out good. Hopefully everybody likes it. Okay, I've got my cast iron pan here heated up with some olive oil. I've got over like a medium high heat, and I've got my chicken. I'm gonna put it in there. I might have to cook it in batches because I don't know that my pan is quite big enough for all of it. So I'm just gonna cook that till it's cooked through, and then I will put together the corn and plate everything up.
This dinner, especially on this white plate, just looks very like bland, I feel like, but it was so good. These chicken thighs
were so tender and so delicious and flavorful. And I was unfortunately the only one who liked the corn, but I absolutely loved the corn. Sunday night, we went down to my stepdad's house for dinner. He cooked some food for Memorial Day. He made some Brunswick stew and some barbecue pulled pork. So we had that, and then I made the cucumber radish salad, and that wasn't actually in a Summer Sides collab that went up on Tuesday. So I'll have that link down below if you missed it. And Sunday was actually Lily's birthday, and usually she gets to pick what she wants for dinner. But Papa said he was cooking, so Lily said she wanted to go to Papa's house. So that is what we did, and then I made her a strawberry cake, and that was what we had for dinner. And I will have a vlog of this day. We vlogged on her actual birthday. We didn't have a party or anything, but we did vlog because she wanted to vlog. Monday night, I came up with a new recipe for a one-pot Cajun shrimp pasta. I started off by heating some olive oil in a big pot, and then I seasoned 1 pound of shrimp with some Cajun seasoning. When that oil was hot, I added the shrimp to the oil and then let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes per side until the shrimp was cooked through. When the shrimp was done, I removed that from the pan, and then I added in some minced garlic and some more Cajun seasoning and let that just cook for about 30 seconds to a minute. Then I added in 1 can of drained diced tomatoes, 4 cups of chicken broth, and a 12-ounce box of pasta. I chose to use bow ties. I wanted to use penne, but I did not have enough penne, so I just used what I had. And then I stirred that all together and brought it to a boil. And when it came to a boil, I reduced the heat to a medium-low, covered it, and simmered it for about 10 to 15 minutes until my pasta was tender. Then I stirred in half a cup of heavy cream and about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese and my shrimp, and I just let that sit on a low heat so the cheese could melt and my shrimp could get warm through and the sauce could thicken. This was so delicious and it was quick and easy. I love one-pot meals, so I don't have a ton of dishes to do. I just served this with a little bit more Parmesan cheese on top and some dried parsley. Tuesday night, I tried a recipe for impossibly easy taco pie. A couple months back, I tried the Impossible Cheeseburger Pie, which is made with Bisquick. So this is very similar to that, but it's going to be a taco one, like a taco flavored one instead. So I started off by browning 1 pound of ground beef with some diced onion and some taco seasoning. The recipe doesn't say to cook the meat with the taco seasoning, but I felt like I needed to. I need to season the meat while it cooks. Anytime I usually make tacos, I will season it while it cooks and then drain it and then add more taco seasoning. So that is what I did here. I will try to link this recipe if I can find it. I actually bought the Bisquick cookbook after I made that other pie. So yeah, I've been wanting to try all of the impossibly easy pies because there's a ton in this cookbook. While my ground beef was cooking, I prepared my Bisquick mixture. For this, I mixed together half a cup of Bisquick, 1 cup of milk, and 2 eggs. When my ground beef was browned, I noticed there wasn't a ton of grease, so I just used the paper towel trick to remove any excess grease. And then I added in 1 drained can of Rotel, or the Aldi brand of Rotel. This was not in the recipe. The recipe wanted you to add in just some diced green chilies, but I thought some tomatoes in it would be good as well. And I also added in a little bit more taco seasoning. Then I added my meat mixture to a greased pie plate, and then I poured on that Bisquick mixture and baked this in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, I added on some cheddar cheese and then put this back in the oven for about 5 minutes. I let this cool for about 5 minutes before cutting into it, and then we served it with some taco toppings. I had some pico and some lettuce and taco sauce. I was all out of sour cream, but I did wish that I had sour cream for it because I think that would have been really good on it. The kids just ate it as it was, and it was really filling and delicious. Wednesday, I tried a new recipe called Broiled Parmesan pork chops and broccoli, and I started off by adding my broccoli to my sheet pan, and then I drizzled it with some olive oil, sprinkled it with some garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and seasoned salt, and then I tossed it to make sure everything was coated well. Then I added on some thin sliced pork chops. I would say my pork chops were about 1/4 of an inch thick, and I patted those dry and then seasoned them on both sides with the same seasonings from the broccoli. Some olive oil, some garlic powder, some seasoned salt, and some Italian seasoning. This went in the oven under the broiler on high for 5 minutes, and then I pulled it out, tossed the broccoli, flipped over the pork chops, and sprinkled everything with some Parmesan cheese. And then this went back in the oven for 5 to 6 minutes. Mine took 6 minutes, and then my pork chops were cooked to perfect temperature. This meal was fantastic. I absolutely loved the pork and the broccoli. So did everybody else. And to go with it, I just made some roasted potatoes in the air fryer. I probably could have done them in the oven with the pork and the broccoli, but like start them ahead of time like I did the other week with the London broil and asparagus and potatoes. But I didn't really think about that beforehand. So I did it this way and it turned out really good. I love how fast like this meal, the sheet pan meal was. Not only is it easy like clean up because it's a sheet pan meal, it was super quick to put together and super quick to cook since you're doing it under the broiler. We loved it. I will definitely be making this one again. And for the last meal of the week, we just had spaghetti, which we all know is a family favorite. I had a loaf of Italian bread from Aldi that I pulled out of the freezer. I sliced it up and put some Chef Chamois butter on it and baked that for some garlic bread. You can never go wrong with spaghetti. For some reason this night, like I absolutely loved it. I thought it was the most delicious spaghetti I had eaten in the longest time. And the only thing that I did different was I cooked the meat with some of that fresh minced garlic. I don't know if that's what it was, or I was just like really digging the spaghetti this night, but I have really been liking that fresh minced garlic that I bought from Aldi and mincing it myself versus using the jarred stuff. It does taste really good, and it's really easy since I don't have to peel stuff. That is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. If you got some new ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're going to try any of these recipes. Next week's What's for Dinner is going to be a little bit different. I will only be sharing 3 dinner ideas and then what we eat while we're on vacation, because tomorrow, Monday, we actually leave to head to the beach and I am so excited. So I do have videos that will be going up throughout the rest of the week. Tuesday I will still have a grocery haul, and Thursday I will have a vlog. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on down below so you don't miss those videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.